special thanks to everybody that donated and met the donation incentive for the boss rush mode. We'll do that as soon as this, 100% run is over. So let's get it started. In 3, 2, 1, go. You can take it over, Qwil.
Alright, so this is actually the first time that we've seen 100% at any marathon. The goal of 100% Chameleon Twist 1 is to go through all of these levels and pick up the crowns. As you see, Kefka is picking the crowns up now. And as he's grabbing them, there will be a tally in the top right corner. That tally is going to go up to a different amount on each level, but every level has at least 20. So Bombland has the fewest with 21, and there's a couple levels that have 25 like this one. Either way, Kefka's going to be grabbing all of them. Now, some of them are related to different challenges, and a lot of them are just platforming issues. Kefka just did a pole vault there with his tongue to grab that one above the log where you're supposed to walk up to it. Cool strat that was found a long time ago by somebody named Fourstride. A lot of the movement in this game is based around the tongue mechanics. So the Chameleon, having a long tongue, will be able to eat up enemies, it'll be able to grab onto poles, spin around the poles, which is the twist part, and especially that pole vault is a very unique mechanic where you can actually get several different heights and distances with it. And this little crown is sneaky around that corner. So the Jungle Land is the first stage in the game, and it has two sections. There's the outside Jungle Land, and then where we are now, the inside cave. The cave is most like the rest of the game. Very room-based. The jungle has a very external outside feel to it. And there's only one other stage in the game that has that. And we'll get to that when we get there. Jungle Land is pretty standard stage. Oh, this is a cool room here. That spin is much harder than it looks. Both of those spins are harder than they look. This game has been run by both Kefka and I for over 8 years. So between all the categories, we've just been doing our best to grind the times down. Oh, here's an interesting room. This is the minecart room. We have to ride this minecart all the way across. And when we do, we'll be able to grab this crown. But you gotta jump back off to get over to the other side.
Aww.
Oh, he missed the spin on the first try, okay.
Missed it on the second try, too.
No!
Got a third try. Not terrible. Could be way worse.
Yeah, that spin is also harder than it looks. And then finally, we're in this last room and we'll get into the boss. The boss of this stage is pretty easy. This is the first stage of the game, and the game is overall not a difficult game, casually at least. And this boss has a boulder that he throws at you poorly. I think he has issues with aim. He does not have very good hand-eye coordination here. So he misses with the rock. But then you spit some butterflies at him, because that makes sense. Also to note, that boss, that monkey, is named Lizard King in the official manual. We have no idea why. Alright, so we were in the stage select for a second there, and Kefka could have gone one of two ways, and he's choosing to go to Antland first. Antland is one of the longest stages in the game, in both the all levels and 100% categories. But we skip it in the any percent category. So all of this you would not see if he was just running a standard any percent route. So there's no glitch that we use to skip it. You just have a level selection choice in this game. You only have to beat 4 out of 6 levels to complete the game. But obviously for 100% playthrough, we have to get everything. Okay, so Kefka just did what's called a door clip there. You can do a tongue vault into the door, and that actually was first try. The double vault method is used almost exclusively by everyone. And this is a pretty boring room here, so I'm going to continue explaining door clips. basically hitting your backside into the door and then doing it again, you have set up your speed and angle correctly so that the second one has a slightly different angle to the tongue vault, and the front of the vault clips on the top of the door, and it launches you backward into the door. And I think we're going to see it 2 more times in this level. It's a very difficult trick to do. We believe it's frame perfect, though we haven't gotten a full check on that. There might be scenarios where it's not, but it's very close to frame perfect, if not frame perfect. And also requires good positioning. These rooms with the marching ants, Kefka is just going to sidestep them all by running on the edges. Very risky strat. If he hits one of these, he could very easily fall off. And there's a couple more of those, so look forward to seeing more of that risky business. And real quick, while we're going into this bonus room and then doing one more door clip, I want to mention that there is a tutorial for this game that was just released. I put the video together, and Kefka and another community member, Mro, helped me put it together and double-checked all the information and such.
I want to point out, sorry to interrupt you, we're on world record pace Antland right now.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not now because of this RNG, but I've never had an Antland where I got first try door clip on all 3 doors.
Wow.
Wanted to throw that out there. Continue.
Yeah. Okay, so the tutorial, if you'd like to learn this game, we have a very welcoming Discord and very helpful tutorial that was put together, and I highly recommend it. It's a great game for both in-depth, high-level speedrun, and also a great game for beginners to learn and to get their foot in the door with speedrunning. Okay, back to the action here. Kefka expertly has avoided every ant. I don't think he's taken, he's not taken any damage on these. And we're gonna see if he can make it through this really bullet heck room with all these ants. I don't think I've ever made it out of here without taking damage in 100%. Okay.
Hey,
so, Kefka, are you
still
gonna go
great.
For spin cancels here?
I am gonna go for spin cancels.
Okay.
Always do now because I don't know, it doesn't hurt, not that much.
Yeah. So this boss used to be pretty consistent, but very slow, and now it's still pretty slow. But there we have a new trick for it, where if you manage to spin into the boss while she's spinning, you can cancel a spin. And if Kefka does it correctly, you'll be able to see the boss stomp her foot like twice in a row or end the spin cycle early. Oh, yeah, Kefka is having the very standard issue with doing this strat. And it's that a lot of times you'll just run into her and take damage. Fortunately, he didn't take damage throughout the level very much, so he has plenty of health to work with. Oh, there was one. He got one. A little hard to see because the camera scooped around him. Honestly, this boss fight is not going poorly. He did not miss an ant, so this boss takes 5 hits. She spits out 6 ants at the beginning of it. So by not grabbing an extra ant at any point, he now has the ability to hit her all 5 times without grabbing and having her spit out an extra ant cycle.
Oh. Just realized my mouse was over my timer. My apologies, everybody. Fix that.
So another fun fact, in the any % route, we do a door clip.
That was a world record Antland.
Congratulations.
Just wanted to throw that out there. That's pretty cool.
That was extremely good. Like I was saying, that whole level went really well. Very hard to beat that. So, in Jungle Land, you actually can skip the whole cave by doing a door clip back there, and the devs left in a boss entrance behind the cave door. And before we found spin cancels, the Antland boss was longer than Jungle Land. For any percent. So Kefka has to go back in this room and knock out this pillar in order to grab the crown underneath of it. And it's a very annoying crown to grab. But he went all the way up first so he can do this little warp back up to the top and not have to worry about climbing the pillars twice. And here's one of the rooms, like I was talking about, little puzzles to get the crowns to spawn. You have to blow up all of those guys in order to get the crown to spawn.
Oh, what?
I don't know if I mentioned, this level's called Bombland. Probably saw it at the beginning, and you probably can understand why it's called that.
Aw.
This cannon room, these cannonballs come out in an RNG decided location. So grabbing one is not consistent, but it's pretty consistent overall. They don't have that much spread that it generally allows you to grab them 90% of the time. But he brought it into this room so that he could knock out the first pillar earlier. And we're gonna do the same thing here as we did last time. Exit the room on the end of it, come back in, knock out the last pillar, because there's a crown underneath of it. And this is one of the slowest crowns in the game. We actually have a category extension category called 120 crown, where you just grab 20 crowns in each level, because that's all you need to unlock the boss rush. And this is the one that we are allowed to skip in Bombland. And fortunately we can, because it saves so much time. There's a couple other crowns that are very happily skipped by runners as well in 120 crown, and especially one in Ghost Castle, the final level of the game that we'll see later on. Here's the bomb room. They spelled bomb B-O-M, and we blow it up because it was spelled wrong. Oh, Kefka's doing another door clip here. These door clips are also frame perfect and save less time than the Antland ones, but Kefka...
Wait till you see this crown, Qwil. Sorry.
Oh, that was fantastic. I hate when the cannon knocks out those.
I didn't think I was going to be able to get it.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, not without dying too.
I just took a chance and it paid off.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Alright, here's the Bombland boss. Oh, also, I want to point out, this category is 100% US. The Japanese version of this game has some very significant differences. There's an entire other collectible that's used to unlock rooms, and those rooms have crowns in them. There's a whole bowling minigame that was cut. In Antland, there was a room that Kefka walked in and there was just a circle of 8 crowns. That was completely scrapped in the Japanese version, and sorry, in the English version that was completely scrapped. For the Japanese version's giant vertical platforming section. Okay, we're into Desert Castle. This is my favorite level in the game. It's the only other outside level. Like I said, Jungle Land has that outside section, but this is an entire outside level. It also has some fantastic music. And right now, Kefka is going to try to reach a global cycle that's coming up here. So he's moving very quickly. He's going to do a damage boost off the spike, and he made it onto this platform in time. Now, the reason I call it a global cycle is that platform is moving whether or not it's on the screen. As soon as you start the level, that platform is going. Now, he can potentially carry this into another cycle, but that cycle is a little different in 100% than it is in the all levels category, where you're not worried about grabbing crowns. Oh, there's little edges on these walls, by the way. It's pretty funny looking. So right here, Kefka's waiting on this platform, and it's going to bring him up to a crown over here. And now he's going to try to go for a strat that was found pretty recently, where he's going to do a tongue vault to grab this. Oh, nope, he's not doing that. Okay, yeah, that's right. this is the other method. So that's the 5 crowns in this section, and now he's gonna go up here to this little platform that has no purpose of really being here, and then try to pole vault up to this. This is a very difficult pole vault. Second try, that's pretty good. Most pole vaults in the game are not very specific. Like I said earlier, there's a little bit of leaning forward or leaning back you can do with it, and you need a perfect pole vault for that. This sand slide does not allow Kefka to move, which can be really scary with these crowns. If Kefka had missed that crown at the top, he probably would have had to restart the stage, which is the scariest part of all 100%.
I just about missed it, and I swung to, like, fix my position.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Ooh.
okay. Now, the second one is not as scary because you can, like, work your way back up the slide with spinning to, like, respawn above it, but definitely don't want to miss anything. That's another cool thing with the pole vault. You can pole vault around edges. So if you're underneath something, you can make yourself go around it. Okay, that last platform that he was moving there was the last platform that's on a global cycle in this level. So the rest of it is not too big of a worry. Are you going for the new sand slide strat? Oh no, you have to grab the crown, never mind.
That was a pretty good recovery, I gotta say. That could have...
Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
I appreciate that one. Looked good. Now, like I said, these sand slides do not allow him to walk on them, so every movement he has to do is a twist there. Now, I don't know if Kefka's going to be able to dodge these. Yeah, those are extremely hard to dodge, especially while grabbing the crowns. I don't think I've ever not taken damage there. Oh, here's the only death warp in the game. Boom. Right up to the second magic carpet. It saves like 3 seconds or something. So yeah, carpets are just an auto-scroller. There is one crown here, and there was some leaning back and forward there for Kefka to make that, but he got it. So it's not a huge issue here. And on this final carpet here, we're approaching the end of this level. This level also has my favorite boss in the game, probably. Kefka, what's your favorite boss?
Actually this one.
Okay.
I would have to agree with that. It's just a really good boss. I'm gonna have to explain the quick kill now because I want quiet for the fight.
Okay. So basically what's going to happen is Kefka's going to stand still and the boss won't be able to hit him. He's going to grab 5 guys and then he's going to try to hit the boss all 5 times before he can get out of the hole. And now I'm going to be quiet so he can concentrate on the boss.
Cool. That was great.
Nice. Yeah, that's an audio cue that he uses to grab or get the hit off when the boss is spawning. It's the same timing every time, but the audio cue definitely helps recognize what that timing is. Alright, Kids Land is probably the most infamous level, infamous level in this game. So, like Desert Castle had global cycles, this level does too. And in any percent, they are extremely tight if you want to make the best cycle. In 100%, the cycles are a little more lenient, at least that we found so far. There might be a way to speed something up so fast that we can make some crazy cycle. But Yeah, definitely every time you see a moving platform in this level, it has started moving as soon as the level began. And I'll make sure to point the first important one out when we get there. A lot of these opening rooms are pretty simple. And then this level does get pretty difficult towards the end. Killing all those enemies spawns the crown. This elevator room we're gonna jump across. And that's pretty neat. I like that strat. So you don't have to wait on all the elevators to move around. And we're gonna bring in 2 ice cream sandwich dudes into the next room to instantly kill 2 of the pogo enemies. And then get the third one with the quick shot up to the right. Looks real cool. Now this room is RNG as to the order that you need to step on these. And some RNGs make it so that some of your cycles for any percent are not possible. And can cost you up to 15 seconds in a game that's only 10.5 minutes long. So, these crowns hidden way back up here take a little while because you do have to ride those elevator platforms, but we're now entering the first real cycle room. And it looks like, based on what I've seen from 100% cycles, this one's pretty good. He's getting back over there without having to wait for another cycle of moving forward, and that's really all you can ask for. This is a really cool strat. We're gonna beat that guy back and get up there, and that's another really tight pole vault, so good stuff on getting it that first try, Kefka. I like this crown. It's just kind of hidden back here in a room that otherwise is pretty empty. And then now we have another RNG room. And looks like this RNG is pretty okay. It's not good, but it's not bad. Because we're landing near the door. Oh yeah, 100%. There's a crown up here. Sorry.
This has actually been a pretty good kids land so far.
It looked like it.
Aw, it was a good kids land. I take that back.
Aww. I can't believe that hit the other pole.
I can't either. Really strange, right?
Yeah. I guess it's because it was moving forward.
And now I'm going to have to wait another cycle. Dang. Alright.
Yup. There's where the cycles are going to make your major time loss. And very quickly, we're going to come up to the last room of this level. And it's probably the most notorious room in the entire game, because it forces your camera into the free cam mode. And free cam in this game is not good. It's very janky. It does not like hitting walls. It'll get stuck and then you never get it unstuck. And on the Japanese version of the game, this room lags too, so that's not fun. But yeah, here we go. And it's also extremely difficult platforming with a lot of moving parts and poor depth perception. Now, Kefka has run this game for like 9 or 10 years, so he's very good at this room. But I have seen beginners play this room for 45 minutes. I was hosting a blind race of this game and watched people get stuck for 45 minutes here. Or horrible 45 minutes, honestly. Okay, the cake boss. Let's see if he gets the 2 glitches. Got the first one, the pause glitch. There's 1 frame to pause on entering that door, and he's going to be able to save the game now and then exit. He's going to go into the training room. He's going to exit the training room. What is he doing all this stuff for? Loads the file back up. And now he'll be able to fight the cake boss during the cutscene. This is the only boss this matters on. It works on every boss.
What?
Fantastic. That's amazing. Alright. So he did the harder version of that trick. That's 4 kids. We call that the 4 kids entertainment.
That's ridiculous.
Rights reserved, probably. And it is extremely difficult. There's very few things in this game that are extremely difficult. That pause glitch is one, and that 4 kids is extremely difficult as well.
For some perspective, I've only ever gotten both of those things in the same run 3 times, and that's one of them.
I didn't know it's only been 3 times.
It's only been 3 times, and that's one of them, right there.
Okay, so this is billiards. Billiards sucks, because the N64 does not have the ability to have balls on it very well. So we're just going to watch Kefka flail around here for a minute. If you're lucky, you can get all these balls with the first couple of shots. The first shot is guaranteed to knock 2 balls in if you just buffer B as you enter the room. But the other ones, he did get a good second shot where it knocked 2 balls in at once. But now this is the standard billiard procedure. These balls are just going to run everywhere and not cooperate. And this room is the reason that we decided to create the 120 crown category. Getting to the this is the last level in the game, and getting to the end of a run after 25 minutes and having to deal with this, which is not RNG but uncontrollable, put a damper on people's day, to say the least. This last ball's really getting you, huh? Oh, there we go.
Man, billiards.
All right, and we get the 1 crown for that. Woo!
Totally worth it.
That should have unlocked like another chameleon color or something, which does exist in the Japanese version of the game. Sorry. Okay, so in this
mention why the categories are separate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I briefly talked about it before, but there's just a bunch of rooms that are different in the Japanese version. There's a entire other minigame with the bowling minigame. There is a room in Antland that just has a vertical platforming section. It takes like 45 seconds or something. 45 seconds more. That the English version just has a circle of crowns. Also, I love this room. The library. Just entering and watching it spin is so cool to me every time. We don't see it in any percent because it's slow to watch that turn, but yeah, the Japanese version also has carrots as a collectible. You have to get the 5 carrots that are in every stage except for Ghost Castle. They're 1 in every stage except for Ghost Castle. And also some of the bosses are different. We won't see those on the boss rush because we're doing the US 1.0 boss rush at the end of this, but we will continue to see some hot chameleon twist action. I think the original slogan for this game that was on a bunch of advertisement was high voltage screaming action, and we really have no idea why that was printed on all sorts of magazine advertisements. Alright, so this is another slow room. We got some candles, and we're gonna bop them with the fires that they spit out. And we call this a fire spawning room because there are 2 other rooms that we call the candle rooms that are more candle-like, with lighting them and such. But Ghost Castle in 100% just is pretty long, honestly. There's another room like this later that's a little bit faster, but all of these things are just getting 1 crown. So, not that you wouldn't have to get all of them anyways, but, oh nice, we got 2 fires going to the next room. That's going to help us with this candle room. Oh no, sorry, it's just 1. Kefka's shooting these candles to make the platforms spawn. And in the first one, sometimes the platforms are skippable, sometimes they aren't. And in the US version, these candles, or these fires spawn very slowly. So The first and last platform are always skippable. The other ones are often skippable. And it looks like Kefka's just doing marathon safety here. Just skipping only the first and last one. Those are guaranteed. Barrel jump?
No, I'm not gonna do barrel jump with a flame.
Alright.
No way.
There's a trick there that Kefka found, or well, it was in the task, and then Kefka started implementing it RTA, where you can jump around that barrel and boost off the side of it. Very difficult. When recording the tutorial, it took me like 7 minutes to get once. So, the second candle room, you cannot actually skip any of these platforms, including the first and last one. So, right now we're just waiting on fires to spawn, and we'll make it to the next one. And the mirror room before and this mirror room that we're coming into now are both RNG as to which mirror you have to hit to move on to the next. Nice, second try is pretty good. Here's the next fire spawning room. And this one, they spit a lot faster and can actually lag the game pretty heavily. And it looks like Kefka is doing the strat where you gather up a bunch and then come in here to get them one at a time with your bunch of flames, but staying out of their range that they shoot out fires. 2 left. And then we're coming up to the final room of the game. So this next room is the plank room, and it looks really cool. I want you all to know that this room is a lot harder than it looks because the edges on these planks don't exist. Okay, so Kefka's going for something called Cuss Vault. It was a pole vault found by Custom where you jump on top of this pole. Second try is very good. That has like a 2-frame window, and you have to land on top of a small pole. And then he's going to do this spin, and now we're entering the final boss of the game.
We're on world record pace, Qwil.
Are we?
I'm not even 32 minutes yet, man.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah, world record for this game.
And I got the half cycle!
You got half cycle?
Yeah! Dude, I'm like on fire in this run. I don't know what's up.
World record's 32:44. This second phase does not take that long as we get some good RNG here. Straight shot first is good. Straight shot second is not good. Kefka's gonna wait it out, try to be safe here. Third is also not good. We want him to shoot in a curve shot.
32:30. World record, man. Man, that's crazy.
World record in the marathon. I called it while we were in the commentary before this.
Really crazy. I'm gonna get a second to like let the adrenaline die, and then I'll start the boss rush mode.
Oh.
That's pretty crazy. I knew it was a good run. I didn't know it was that good. That's wild, dude.
I'm gonna get my comment ready in the chat for when
Man.
it goes through.